Hi, my name is Alec Chiono, and I'm a third-year PhD student in the Emory Lab at CU Boulder. I study plant life history. Life history is the timing and magnitude of growth, reproduction, and mortality, along with important life transitions, which for plants includes events like germination and flowering. You may be wondering why you're looking at a picture of me making a weird face instead of an actual video of me talking about this stuff. Well, a few weeks ago, while I was taking the last samples of the field season, I recorded a video of myself saying all these same things with some beautiful views of Niwot Ridge behind me. However, much to my chagrin, I wasn't taking a video. I only took this photo and then talked at my phone for a couple minutes for nothing. And I only realized this once I got back to Boulder. Now don't worry, I still have some action shots, along with some more photos to make up for the less than dynamic image you see before you. Like this one, and this one. Now most of my dissertation research is focused on this little alpine plant, Androsace septentrionalis, or pygmy flower rock jasmine. I'm interested in the life history of this plant, how long the seeds stay in the seed bank, how many years this plant lives before it flowers, and how many times it flowers in its lifetime. For this work, I have started a long-term demographic survey to track individuals and find out what they are doing. After a couple of years of surveys, I can tell you that this species has a lot of variation in these life history traits, even within one small site on Niwot Ridge. This work includes long hours sitting or kneeling, mapping, marking, and measuring plants. Luckily, sometimes a friend comes to help me out. However, this year, thanks to support from the Indian Peaks Wilderness Association, I am working on a project to survey the seed bank of this species. Climate warming is predicted to increase germination rates but reduce seed production so that the size of the seed bank declines. 30 years ago, Hope Humphreys surveyed the seed bank on Niwot Ridge for her dissertation, so we are surveying the seed bank again to see how it has changed. Hope still works with the Niwot Ridge LTER, and I was lucky to have her help collecting samples from the same location she used 30 years ago. Here she is now, pulling a soil core on an exceptionally windy day on the ridge. Pulling a soil core isn't too tricky. Here's a demonstration. So we take a bowl planter, stick it in the ground, and pull out the soil core. Sometimes though, it can be hard to get the bowl planter far enough into the ground, as undergrad research assistant Dominic demonstrates here. Dominic's making it work even though the ground's telling him, please stop. Each core gets put into its own bag, and then we bring them back into the lab for processing. Here's undergrad research assistant George, who sieves each soil core by itself to remove rocks and other root material. Once George gets them all sieved, we'll put them into a -16 Celsius degree freezer for a few months to simulate winter temperature conditions, which will help break seed dormancy. Next year, we will spread these samples as a thin layer over trays of potting soil in CU's Alpine greenhouse. As plants germinate, we will identify them and record their presence. Even though we will be focusing on Androsace septentrionalis, we will identify anything that comes up, which is what Hope did 30 years ago, so that we can look at how the seed bank has changed for a number of species on the ridge. Thank you to the Indian Peaks Wilderness Association for supporting this research on alpine plant responses to climate change, and I hope you'll stay tuned for the results from this work.